Yes, sir.
All right, so before we start, man, I just want to say, man, I've been trying to do this interview for 10 years now. I got a list of 5 people that I want to interview before I'm done with my career, and Bum J, you've been on that.
Love,
So
bro.
that's
That's
like
love.
it's like a milestone for me.
We here.
We here. All right, so I'm gonna just start with the first question, man. Dropped a new project, the song Diesel. That's my shit. Mainly because that's that real Chicago real shit. And it's
Right.
like you spitting that shit. So, but the whole project, you say you don't feel rehabilitated.
Mm-hmm.
Like, take me through the mindset with that.
I mean, I don't. It just was a statement that's a fact. You know, that's just how I was feeling. That's how I feel, period. Like, I did that time, and it's not like I went in there and really became a saint or anything. I still think like a crook. I just think more calculated. And I don't even want to say crook because, but I'm not put in that box that they try to put people in as far as like when you go to jail, you're going to come out a whole different person. No, I'm still Bump.
Okay. So, how was that prison experience? Like, before we even talk about the prison experience, like, for the people that don't know, like, what led to you doing your stint?
It was a lot of things that went on at the time, but what my actual crime was I ran in the bank. And it's kind of crazy. Like I was telling somebody this the other day, like, well, I was just wild, and man, I knew a couple guys who had did it, and oh man, it's really easy. It's easy running in a nigga house. You know what I mean? So ain't nobody in there with a gun, none of this. So I felt like, man, I didn't kick those down. This should be easy. Man, I had over 300,000 in the bank when I ran in the bank. It just I was greedy, you know, and I seen people do it and get away with it. So I'm like, well, let me go hit it. They hitting for 600,000, shit like this. So when I see that, I'm like, man, I can go give me that little nickel out of there and go crazy.
So, how did you end up getting caught?
I got caught like the creep I took with me, who was one of my guys. I looked at him like my brother, you know, and I knew he needed a stain, so I went and got him. I could have went by myself. I went and got him and went on the move with me, and I don't know, he ended up getting jammed up like a year and a half later and wound up telling on that. So that's how I got jammed up. Like I was scot-free. They knew nothing about me, none of that. So, you know, he just implicated me in it. Me, weighing the time from the time they offered me to the time that I can get if I lose, I just went on copped out to it because I could have fought. Because all they had was this creep saying that I did something with him.
Right.
That's it.
All right, so take us through your mindset being in prison over them years. Like, what was it like?
I mean, I really wasn't thinking about. I knew I had time to do. So my regretting stage always kind of in the bullpen area. But once I realized, look, you got time to do, you kind of get into a bid, which you want to get your mind, me personally, I want to get my mind focused on doing my time. So that means staying busy. You know, all day I was doing something, whether it was working out, eating, gambling, watching sports. I'm doing something. My day was pretty much a rerun every day, and it just helped the time go faster when you got a schedule to really do something. But you know, it was terrible being away from your shorties, your loved ones. But I just was bidding, making my time go fast. When I look back on it, it flew by. But it was a long time going through it.
Okay. Now you say what you was doing. Was you doing any music while you was in there?
No, not at all. Like I said, I was in a routine. I had a routine every day, and music wasn't really in that routine because there's so much going on. It's hard to think. Like they say, lock your body, can't trap your mind. That's true in a sense. I was reading. I was growing as a man in my, you know, getting mature and as far as just everything that I want to be better in business, I was reading up on it. Anything that I wanted to do when I got out, I was reading up on it. But as far as writing, it was hard for me. I couldn't get in the creative space where I was at. I'm used to writing about my life. It's only so many songs you can write about jail, and who won't even rap about that experience? Me personally, I don't. I don't want to relive that through my raps, kind of. So, you know, I always was a person that rapped about what's going on at the time, and jail just didn't seem like I felt trapped in there. So if I was gonna be rapping, it was gonna be reminiscing more than anything. I tried to keep my pen sharp, like when I went to the hold, or just whenever I felt like let me go and keep my pen sharp, so when I get out, it's kind of like sparring. So I did a little sparring, but I wasn't writing songs or anything. It's just I just write bars just to stay sharp. So when I do get out and get to living, I can rap about it.
Okay. So you've been home for like a year. You came home last summer, right?
Yeah, I came home last March, April, May.
Last May.
Yeah.
So you just now dropping your first EP, and I'm a journalist, so I do this. It was supposed to be called Luxury, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was indecisive at the time. I really wasn't gonna drop a project, to tell you the truth. I mean, I didn't want to put no thought into it. I just wanted to drop some things. And I started getting with my teams, and they was like, hold on, slow down, let's start doing this a different way. Let's stack these up, let's get this right. And then me and myself, I just felt like the more songs I stack, the more I can flood it once I do actually put out a first album. Mm-hmm. What this had, 9 songs on it? I done did over 100 songs since I've been home. So
really?
Now the floodgates is just open. It's just piecing them together and keep working. Now I can keep just flooding it. But so that was what the plan wound up being. Luxury is really my brand of rap. That's what I was trying to get. It's just like hyphy or drill. I want to get my brand of rap that's a luxurious luxury. But I was gonna name the album that we just had to change the plans.
So another thing with the album is only on SoundCloud. Why we not streaming on the sites?
I took some advice from the people, and I'm gonna get it on Tidal. I'm gonna get it on, but they didn't really want it on the DPSs because they didn't really want. See, it's like dropping a mixtape to an album almost. Mm-hmm. I'm in this to get a bag too. I do this for fun, but I'm also trying to. When the bag comes, I'm gonna be happy. You understand? So my advisor was telling me like, when you put out on DTS, it's almost like they checking your record sales. You understand? Mm-hmm. So if it doesn't do well, it's like a notch against you. I heard Nipsey Hussle say this. 50 Cent gave me that advice. Man, put the mixtape out. Don't go to the DTS because these people looking at it. This is a business. You feel me? So if the numbers wasn't where those guys on the other side, but they can't do that as far as with the mixtape. So it was a business decision more than anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you say your advisors. Who are some of the people that's been giving you the game since you've been back?
A lot of guys, like people I trust that's successful in the music business, but a lot of guys, like I got my managers, just artists that I bump into or that I have relationships with. They give me good advice, and these are some of them.
Okay, is any of them Ye?
Ye gave me some good advice, but he's not the guy that told me that.
Okay, because just going on, just like in the music industry and your relationship with Ye, like everybody thought you was gonna come home. Everybody thought you was gonna good music, that you was gonna ink with them, and he was just gonna get you right. What happened with that situation?
Well, to tell you the truth, like, I'm not sure how much. I know he's very invested in good music, but I always want to come home and boss up, get my own thing going. I've never been the type to go and look for something from someone. I always want to heat my own fire, and the collaboration comes genuinely, then it does, Mm-hmm. And I knew I can go to Ye and get a deal. I turned so many deals down because I've been home, period. Because I'm not messed up about no money. Like the sack is there. So I'm not in a rush to do anything. I wanted it to grow organically on my own. Then, I think sometimes and not talking about Kanye, but I think sometimes when people kind of catch you and help you get to a certain area, it's almost like they got something, like they got that power over you. Like, I did this. No, I'm self-made. I did this. We just partnered up. And I'm not talking about Ye, I'm talking about all the deals I turned down. So I'm going to put a fire up under it myself. Like, I wasn't even dropping the albums yet and people was trying to sign me. No, I'm going to put a fire under this myself. Then we going to sit down and talk business. I think you got more leverage that way.
What's some type of people that was reaching out to try to sign you?
Everybody. Okay. Everybody. All the labels that you can think of, these prominent labels. All of them reaching out. They still is.
Any of the like the mainstream like rappers that's popping right now, any of them been reaching out to you?
I mean, I got genuine relationship with some guys. Like, you know, I ain't never been a name dropping dude but like the top rappers, I talk to them. I chop it up and have a genuine relationship with them. And some of it don't even be about rap. It just be like, glad to see you home, my nigga, woo, woo, woo. And we just chop it up about life. You know what I mean?
Like you mentioned about the Nas thing, y'all was just
Yeah,
talking about
exactly. That's it. Like, me and Nas never mentioned nothing about no raps, and it was strictly life. You know, we was talking about raps because at the time Drake had just dropped his demonstration, and you know, to Pusha, and of course we sitting down here in this family, so we was giving our opinions on the situation as it was happening. That's as far as we went about rap, and you know, he was letting me know he been putting the it on my stuff, and I've been going to this and the other, but other than that, it was just life. That's how I like to build with people. You get a genuine relationship. Like, even I was like the weekend. Another guy I messed with, the whole camp really barely the weekend. But he said that like it's good to have genuine relationships with people. You know, you almost consider family to me. Making music is easy together. Sometimes you gotta force it with guys. But when you got a genuine relationship, the music come easy.
So you got a relationship with The Weeknd?
Yeah, that's my man. I fuck with The Weeknd hard.
I seen you in the thing with him, and that's crazy. You say like that, like y'all got that type of relationship. You know, a lot of these people be, you famous, I'm gonna take a picture with you, or you rather take a picture with you. This is like your homie.
If you see me in picture with these guys, 9 times out of 10, these my guys. I consider them family, or my partners. Mm-hmm. You know, and with The Weeknd, like I knew his camp, which is my man Sal, which is my manager. Belly, which is I've been knowing these guys way before I had a deal. Mm-hmm. And it's like, this family to me. I don't care if me and them never do a rap or a song together. You understand? It's like, you know, people think because I know how to rap that I'm a rapper and this is my life. Nah. We live life, we enjoy ourselves, and it's genuine. I think sometimes with rappers, they try to be another rapper friend because they could rap good or not. All my relationships is genuine. I mess with people, real people, period. That's just like when I was with the whole Goon Squad movement. People used to always be like, man, how you had all these BDs, GDs, songs, folks, everybody together. Look, I mess with people. I mess with men. I don't look at what you are. I look at you as a man, your character. I don't care what you are. You hear me? I could be in tour with some GDs, but some GDs is my family and my best friend too. So what do I care that it don't matter to me. It's the men, it's the situation. So I always genuinely just fuck with real men.
That's real. And since you touched on the Goon Squad thing, like that was like a huge thing in Chicago growing up. And like we was talking earlier, lit off the record. Like, how was it possible to get that unity from different people that rep different, I want to say, different creeds and different codes?
It's crazy, man. Like, you know, when I look back on it, I see like, okay, that was big. But to me at the time, that's normal. It was like, I've always had guys all over the city. I've been in the street since I was a shorty. I left my mama's house when I was 13 years old, and I just been on the streets ever since. So I've been moving around and building relationships since I was a shorty. And you know, wherever it go, I might know a nigga from school. I might know a nigga from going to the projects down there. The GDs from going to the projects over here. I might know some BDs from over by my cousin's house. I might know some, you know what I mean? I just been moving around the city. And it happened just genuinely where my guys all came together in support of not only me, but the music too. And I don't know, it just organically grew from some bunch of real niggas want to be around a bunch of real niggas, and it just was genuine. You know, like I say, all those dudes is my guys, and I can go you can come through with your guy. Hey man, slide through, we meet up at the gas station. You might bring 5, 6 niggas I don't even know, you feel me? But them your guys, so guess what? They my guys, you feel me? And we all together. It's been about 10, 12, 20 groups that met up. All of them got 5 dudes apiece with them. You know what I mean? I might not even know everybody, but I know they all with them. You feel me? And that's how it was back then.
That was an epic time in the city. Like, how do you think we can get that unity back?
To be honest, bro, like I'm grown now, man. I'm a little older, so I don't play the. I used to hang on the block all day. When I got 2 straight $1 million deals, and you couldn't pull me off the block. You know what I mean? Now you can't get me to go stand on the block. So I ain't deep in them. I slide through the trenches all the time. All my family there, I slide through there, but I'm not embedded in it like I used to be. You feel me? As I've got older and mature, even at times sitting down, I know that the money is more important than anything right now, because that's how you take care of your people and get them out of that. So I haven't really been standing on no blocks because I can't do that. You feel me? And I don't know, man. I don't know where to get that unity. Back then, it was just being real. Like, it took me as one person to bring all these guys together. But it was just me being real, having genuine relationships. Like I was speaking earlier on messing with real men. And I've always been that guy, always been a leader since I was a shorty. It's just going to take another one, just like me, I guess, or it's similar, to really just, I don't know, bro. I be going through my mind, like, I be picking my brain, like, what could get this city to calm down, start being a little more unified? But you got guys that is clicked up, but it ain't like that.
So, you think it's more so the gang culture, or can the music do it? Like, what can we do?
I think we can start setting examples as people that make music. I think that, like, like, I'm new to a lot of the stuff that's going on in Chicago. Like, I did all my time out of state. We ain't had no radios. Besides people telling me little bits in here, and I didn't like calling home because it make my time slow down. I didn't call home a lot unless I'm talking to my kids. So I'm just not new to this, but from what I hear, 2 guys that I mess with, Louie and Dirt, be beefing or whatever. And my whole thing is, if we can set example, like with those 2 guys, and just the city period that of all our musicians, and we coming together like, man, whatever we had, that shit in the past, we gonna brush it over. I think it'll set a good example for others, but I don't think it's gonna stop it. It's gonna be a long process. It's deep to me. Like, I had a lot of time to think. You really gotta start. When I was growing up, we was really growing up looking at them drug dealers, them dudes who had that Benz, them dudes who was fly every day. They was giving us examples like that. So guess what I did? I wanted to do what they was doing. I went to go pick me a sack up. You understand? I think that when somebody sees something that's monetary gain, you have to show them, like, you can make money from this. I have to see this when I was a shorty to want to do it. I saw niggas on the corner making money from this, so I did it. People can't, you can tell a person, you need to get into real estate, you need to do this, but until you can teach them and they see people actually getting money from that they see an example of, people don't really want to chase nothing that they don't see no instant monetary gain. So my whole thing is trying to teach that from, like, what Chance did was beautiful to me with the public school thing. But I think when I do donate my bag, it's gonna be towards specific things, like teaching financial literacy to our shorty. You know what I mean? Because if I was taught that as a kid, I don't know, I'd be a monster right now. Nobody taught me how to get money. I learned from just experiencing what I saw. But if somebody was teaching me, oh, this real estate, this the stocks, this the tech world, if somebody was teaching me that as a youngster, because we got to catch them young, maybe our thoughts would go somewhere. We'd think drug dealing and this shooting shit petty. But when they seeing this, I don't know. Like I said, I grew up looking at the drug dealers. They growing up looking at the shooters, and I respected both. But I want to be that nigga getting money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And shit, people like me grew up watching you getting money and being fly. So it's like, that's what's our mentality. Right. So to do something bigger, and I want to touch on that too. Like, do you feel like you give it back to the shorties? Do you ever see yourself coming home and like just being a CEO because you've been in the rap game, and you've been in the streets? So
that's the end game. I don't want to be rapping forever. Like, I want to rap for fun. Okay. That's my whole thing, and I want to put out music because I want to. Like, I definitely looking for talent, but it's all about me right now.
Okay.
As far as once I take off, I'm in a position to help. I can't, if I'm not in a position to help, like, I got a lot of connects where I can take these shorties through, but I'm so focused on what I'm doing right now that it'd be hard to focus on somebody else. If I ain't gonna give it 100%, then I ain't gonna do it at all. So right now I'm just trying to take me off, and once that machine get oiled up, I'm gonna run people through the machine. My whole thing, I want to do what P did back then, where people don't have to go outside the city; they can come to me to get the deal, and I can run it through those majors. You feel me? And not trying to beat nobody out, but really be 100 with these shorties and where they gonna get to the bag. Cause I don't never have to rap again, and I know I'm good, cause I got hustle. I don't never ever gotta rap again, and I ain't talking about no illegal shit, legal shit too. So, I want to make sure these shorties eat and that they see a real bag. Cause if it's me, I heard Jay say something on his album. I can't think of the line, but it was something along this lines what I've been telling people. Me personally, I could be rich as hell, but if I make 10 other motherfuckers rich, we gods. You see what I'm saying? I done been in the club paying for everything. You feel me? Well, we walk into one of these clubs and I spend $10,000 by myself, and we done just got a bunch of bottles. But if we go 10 people and spend $10,000 a piece, imagine how much bigger that look and how much bigger that is. You feel me?
Empowering your circle. You just mentioned Jay. Like, what was 'cause I know he was real close to the Rockefeller movement. Like, did you have a relationship with him before you left?
I took Sly to him. He was gonna sign Sly, but Sly had to turn himself in. So we went up there, had a meeting with him. He loved the music. He wanted me. He wanted the whole label, but I was signed with Atlantic. So he was gonna sign Sly. Sly had to turn himself in like a week or something, and he was in there for like a year and a half or something like that.
Damn.
Wound up falling apart, but I don't have a real relationship with him, but I know him. Like, we run into each other. What's up? What's up? Emery, my man. J Boy, that's my man.
So you telling me that we was this close to having a Goon Squad Rockefeller collab?
Oh, ain't no doubt about it. That's what it's gonna be. But it was Def Jam though. He was working at Def Jam at the time. He was working at Def Jam at the time, and he wanted Sly. He really wanted the whole movement, but since he couldn't get it, he wanted Sly. We was this close. I didn't know that, and the crazy part is we went into these meetings, and I didn't even know that Sly had to turn himself in a week. I found out when Jay-Z found out. I'm like, what the fuck? This nigga Sly crazy, man. Sly getting this motherfucker, he drinking out the bottle in this motherfucker in the meeting. And he's like, yeah, I gotta turn myself in a week. I'm what? Yeah, but
that damn, that would have been epic. Like, what's some advice Jay gave you?
Stay you, really. He like, keep doing what you're doing. Is working. Stay you. Like, Dane was the guy who really was talking to me, and he was listening to the music. It was like, you don't want to give away too much. You know what I'm saying? He was listening to a certain song, and I ended up listening to. When I replayed it back in my head in jail, I was locked up, and I was thinking like, man, maybe he was saying like I was, because I was on there talking crazy,
Mm-hmm.
And he like, you don't want to give away too much, and he said keep a camera around. That's what he told me. He like, all this is movie. We was in the studio, me, him, Rick James, Mace, Kanye. It was so many people in there at the time. And even the behind the scenes people that don't nobody know, but these is the people who really get into the bag, you know what I mean? They were all in the studio. He like, this movie, look at this. Keep cameras rolling.
That could have been epic. And that duo between you and Sly, like Sly was I was talking earlier, Sly was another dude I was listening to. The Inauguration was my shit.
Yeah.
And I guess I gotta talk about it because everybody in the streets want to know, you and him doing a collab with Ye.
Yeah. We was down there working, and naturally, we're gonna do it want to do one for the city, but we ain't started on it yet. Me and Sly been coming up with ideas, and the other producer who gonna be on it. We all been coming up with ideas, but we ain't started yet.
Okay. Then you got the Goon Squad shit coming.
Yeah, man. Me, Brains, Lansky, Sly, Parquet, and I'm gonna introduce a few new artists. guys that I got genuine relationships that I want to see get out from where they at. They got some talent. You know, my little guy, God Body Capo, and TT ain't with Goon Squad, but that's like family, so I'm gonna throw him on there. Fuck with young TT.
Alright, I'm gonna leave with this one, man, because we've been talking for a minute. I know I'd love to chop it up with you for 2 hours if I can. You and Herbo. Can we see some on some East Side? Can we see a joint tape?
I want to do a tape with me, Herbo, Bibby. This is my thoughts. Like, I ain't talked to none of them about that. On some East Side crazy. That's what I want to do that. Maybe C6 can produce it, DJ L, they both from over East. It's somebody I'm missing, man. I hate that I'm missing. Somebody else from over East.
Would you count Louis for being over East?
I think Louis from over East.
That's Dro City, I believe.
That's close enough. I really be saying Stony to the lake.
Okay.
You feel me? That's to me. That's East to me. But they say State to the lake. But Stony to the lake really East to me.
Okay.
But we'll get State to the lake.
Okay.
But nobody I knew from State to the Lake called itself the East Side. You know what I'm saying? We was really going heavy. Like back when people were saying ain't no East Side Chicago. Oh, yes, it is, and bring your ass over here. Everything will happen. All the Grammy shit over here. The Sharks come from off the lakefront, baby. You hear me?
Shit, we talking about East Side. Another person that grew up that had it like that, I don't know what's your relationship with him, but Lil Les.
Oh, that's my little guy. That was my little man. I talked to him recently, not too long ago. That was my little man, Lil Les. I had songs with him before he got locked up. That was my little man. You know, it was an example, you know, we was setting it, and he was a dude that was holding his own, a youngster, and kind of following that same trend at the time. You know, I was having a conversation with L, and he was just telling me how he was looking at Les and them back then. And they did used to be terrorized. That's my shorty. Yeah. I fuck with Les.
Alright, well, man, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I appreciate this interview, man. I hope there's more to come, man.
For sure, baby.
I appreciate that.
Love.